Welcome to Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly. This is primarily a drone show. We'll be sharing adventures from all over the world. We hope to have interesting guests every week, and we're glad that you tuned in tonight. We'll be flying different drones in different locations. We encourage viewer participation in the chat. If you have a question, don't be afraid to ask. Every week we'll have another interesting guest. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. We'll be sharing various adventures by our guests as well as myself. And thank you for joining us tonight. Hi, welcome everybody. Welcome to Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly Live. It's Thursday night, and I tell you, I can't believe I'll be going to Florida before you know it. But you know, speaking of Florida, we got to offer thanks that a lot of the people that we know didn't get affected by the hurricane. But God bless all the victims of the hurricane. Really, they took a bad hit. And it went through the whole state. Really, it went to the West Coast and then the East Coast. Tornadoes. A tornado touched down about 2 miles from my condo and was in TJ's neck of the woods, but I don't think it hit his development, and that was good. And then another tornado touched down up in Port St. Lucie, and a lot of people are familiar with the Port St. Lucie area from coming to the South Florida Drone Meetup. And one community up there, Spanish Lakes, it was really, really destroyed, and a few people lost their lives there. So our condolences to all the victims and their families, really. But on a brighter note, I got a great show lined up. If you saw the Facebook post and the YouTube post, you know that it's Bob Dempsey and Audrey Dempsey. And, I love them. I really do. They're two of my favorite people. And, you know, Bob, he founded the Old Farts with Drones Facebook group, and it became so popular. I mean, really, I take my hat off to him, but I don't have a hat on. He really did a great job with that. I was one of the first members of the group, and I'm proud to be a member of the Old Farts with Drones. And then, I got to give Bob credit too because he ended up getting Audrey, his wife, involved in flying drones. He taught her to fly, and she's a pretty good pilot. And everybody got to meet him at the South Florida Drone Meetup, and that was great. And I'll be showing one of Audrey's flights at the South Florida Drone Meetup a little later in the show. But I tell you, they're going to be great guests. They're going to tell us all about the Vegas Drone Meetup, and then they're organizing a cruise right before the South Florida Drone Meetup, and they're going to tell us all about that also, if anybody's interested. But I got a great crowd watching tonight, and again, I really appreciate it. Um, I wonder how many people are going to watch the show every week, and it always um, makes me feel good when a few people are in the back room right before the show starts, and it just puts me at ease, and I really appreciate it. Um, but I tell you, some of the people been watching the show for a long, long time. Johnny and I started the Fly for Fun show a year before we each started our own live streams, and you've been following us a long, long time. But I really gotta say hello to John, Connecticut Pirate. I really mean it because he sent me a package just to let everybody know. And in the package, along with his stickers, he's got some great stickers, and they're a little bigger now. a little bit bigger, but in the package, he sent a donation. And with this donation, these two Visa uh, cards, we're going to buy a DJI Neo drone and give it away as a raffle prize at the South Florida Drone Meetup. So I got to say thank you to John, Connecticut Pirate, for that. It really means a lot, John. Thank you, and thank you for tuning in every week. And I know I saw John Olson. He's in the chat. He's from Long Island, and I flew with him 3 weeks ago now. And I hope to fly with him again before I go down to Florida. And then I saw. Oh boy, look at this list that just flew by. Jaybird Drones in the chat. How you doing, Joe? Good to see you. And I know Brian, Waypoint, New England. He got in early. And Jody, Drone Shots. How you doing? Good to see you. And we got Philip Koshat from the Shat Show watching tonight. How you doing, Philip? Good to see you. Aero Snapper, how you doing? Thank you for joining. And Jerry Bowers watching all the way up in Canada. And we got Scott, Jackrabbit FPV watching tonight. And Jim's droning. He's also watching up in Canada. How you doing, Jim? Good to see you. But it takes some time to mention some names, but I think it's very important that I do it. But I left plenty of shrimp and lobster in the back room, so I'm sure Bob and Audrey are enjoying that. But anyway, and there's Ronnie. God bless America. Good to see you, Ronnie. And I'm going up the list. I don't want to miss anybody. And if I do, I don't do it on purpose. So, but anyway, I know I saw Mike, Sergio. Good to see Sergio in the chat tonight. How you doing? And Dre's watching Recovery One Drones. How you doing, Dre? Good to see you. And Mudbowl Don, how you doing? I was just watching you and Gary a little while ago. You had a great show there. You had two great guests on. Tom and Bob were on your show, and I always enjoy watching it when I have the time. But anyway, Lawrence Novice Quads is watching, and we got a drone superstar from Texas watching. Chris Hope, how you doing? Good to see you, Chris. Let me just mention a few more names, and then I'll get the guests in here. But Johnny Drone Flyer, another drone celebrity's watching. How you doing, Johnny? Good to see you. And all right, so I think I mentioned everyone. And there's Tom. Tom, another drone celebrity watching out in Nevada. How you doing, Tom? Good to see you. But anyway, if I missed anybody, I didn't do it on purpose. And Gary's watching. I see Gary there, Brand Aerials. But I tell you, this past week, I had the pleasure of flying. No, I didn't fly, but I went in and I attended the Syosset Fire Department Fire Prevention Day. And Rob Kamada, a lot of you guys know Rob, and you know that he's the chief drone pilot for the Syosset Fire Department. And since he started it, he's trained 9 other drone pilots, and he invited me to come in and go to the open house because I knew he was going to be flying his M30 drone there, because they actually set buildings on fire. And Rob sends up the Mavic 3 to demonstrate it to the people, and it's a sight to see, let me tell you, with the fire going. And they did 3 kind of fires, not to bore you with the story, but they did 3 kind of fires: a car fire, a barbecue fire, and a house fire, simulated house fire. They built structures, like I said. But I just want to show a couple of minutes of that video because it was so cool. No,
well, I made it here.
Because it's a volunteer position, just to let everybody know.
And the festivities
But
are about to begin. So
it's cool And if anybody ever
They got
gets a
all the
chance to
fire
go to
trucks
a fire
lined up, and
department
people could take
open
rides on them.
house, it's a great thing to
But it was
do.
nice seeing all the fire equipment, the ambulances. I even got to see the back of this ambulance. They got quads. But my favorite was this fire truck from the 1930s.
The Aaron Sweater Market,
Oh, we got a
since
commercial? I don't
1892,
believe it.
for
What are
the
you kidding
authentic
me?
and original
They
Irish
never
Aaron
show
sweater with the
commercials on my
largest range of
video.
colors and styles, as well as a variety of Aaron accessories, homeware, and more. All
I don't believe that. That's interesting. Wow. I
And I
must be
might
getting
add, we
popular.
got
They're
a
starting to show
volunteer fire
commercials.
department. To all the members, thank you for your service. All right. So, anyways, there's Rob. He's over at the Fire Department Command Center. You got the drone on the landing pad, takeoff pad, and he'll be sending it up shortly. It's going to set that building on fire. Let's go see if we can have a few words with him. Give us a brief overview of what's happening today.
So today we do this once a year. Sorry about the sirens, but we do this once a year to educate the public on fire safety, what to do in the event of a fire or a small hazard. We have a smokehouse that Ray will show you later in the stream, and we have free rides so that the public can see what it's like riding on an actual fire truck with lights and sirens. We do live burns.
Yeah.
People will actually get a little sense of the heat from a distance. And today we're going to feature the M30T, getting some nice shots of fire using thermal imagery.
The aerial perspective that a drone gives is such an advantage for the fire departments that have them. This call fire demonstration,
I'm just going to show a little of
pretty
this
impressive.
video.
And Rob sent the Mavic 30 up to cover it.
And if anybody's ever seen a car fire, you know it's
Being a firefighter is a dangerous job.
yeah, very dangerous. But I'm just going to show you Rob sending up that Mavic 3, and then I'm going to
Mavic
get my 2
30
guests in
thermal
here. I know
off the
everybody's
card
waiting
to
to
get a
see
great
them.
overview of the whole scene.
The M30 is a very impressive drone. I don't know if anybody in the chats have seen one or flown one, and if you have, please put it in the chat. I flew one down at the Sunshine State Drone Expo, but that's a cool drone. And if you want to watch the rest of this video, you got to go to my channel. But I thought it was so cool, and I really got to say thank you for Rob for inviting me. But very, very cool. But anyway, I know everybody's really here to hear from Bob and Audrey Dempsey. So I want everybody in the chat, please, to give a warm welcome to Bob and Audrey. And they're coming to us all the way from Nevada.
Hi,
Hey,
Ray.
hey, Bob,
Hey,
Audrey, welcome. Oh, and the dog. I forget the dog's name.
one of our fur creatures here. That's the baby
Well, that
there.
always adds. That always adds.
Yeah.
So
So how's everybody? How are you, Ray?
everything's good. Thank you for being on tonight.
Oh,
I wanted
you're
to have
always
you
good.
on because you got a big meetup coming up.
Yeah.
The
It's
Vegas drone meetup.
we're excited, to kick off our first endeavor here, and stimulated by Ray Kelly, of course. And I have to tell the audience, Ray Kelly is the one that really kicked off Old Farts with Drones. If I ever make $1 with Old Farts with Drones, I owe it to Ray Kelly. I have to tell you, I thought it was going to be a group for about 15 or 20 other old guys. And, we were sitting at the kitchen table one day, right? No, maybe a month after I started it.
Yeah.
And this guy, Ray Kelly, joined. And then I started getting 20, 30 requests, and they all said they were invited by Ray Kelly. So it was just a nonstop. More and more people started joining, and
It turned into a positive mushroom cloud.
it was yes, and so.
Well, I'll tell you, Bob, I had a feeling that was going to be a great group that you started there. And the name alone is a great name,
Yes,
But,
yes, old farts with drones, yes, but so today I just checked.
so how's it going? We'll get to the Vegas meetup in 2 seconds. Just tell us a little more about All Thoughts with Drones. You got quite a few members now.
Yeah, we hit 23,500 this week. We're in 102 countries around the world. And I want to be honest, a lot of those countries, there's one or two members in some of those countries. Yeah. But the strange thing is the number one city in the group, Facebook will break down cities and countries for me. The number one city is Las Vegas, which is, of course, where I live. And, I think that might have something to do with it. But the strange thing is the number two city, most popular city, is Sydney, Australia.
Sydney, Australia. I would not thought that.
And I have to tell you, of the top 25 cities, probably half of them are either in Europe or Australia, and I'm just, so the international scope of this group has just blown me away, that it's just gotten to be so popular.
No, it's amazing. It really is.
Yeah.
It just, I was amazed at how fast it grew. Quick. I mean, and you got your own apparel also, right? All Thoughts with your own apparel.
Yeah, there's apparel, there's hats and shirts and stickers.
You even got a distributor over in Europe, right?
Yes, coffee mugs, kind of things. So yes, we're, it's grown to be quite a thing. And about a year ago, I started the process of a trademark. And about, probably 4 or 5 months ago, I actually I received from the Patent and Trademark Office, I now own the trademark Old Farts with Drones.
That's
is
cool.
Trademarked, so
congratulations on that.
If it ever makes any money, like I say, part of it goes to Ray Kelly, that's for sure.
And I also got to say thank you to you, and I feel so bad I can't come to the Vegas drone meetup, but I got to say thank you to you because you come to our South Florida drone meetup and you sponsor it. You donate your apparel and everybody appreciates it. And that's a popular item, those Old Farts with Drone shirts.
Yeah. I bring as many as I can every time I come. And, I just like sharing, the thrill of our community. I don't want to say anything negative about women sitting next to my wife here, but it is like a brotherhood. It is like a fraternity or a sorority or something like that. I tell people it's like a family reunion that I like everybody that's there. It's right. Really, I've been to 3 South Florida drone meetups now. And every time I come back and say that was the best vacation I've ever had, I enjoy that so much. I really
I don't know
do.
if it's the best vacation you had, but you really enjoy
So
it.
I really enjoy it. I mean,
And-
it's just
and
fun
Captain
to
Ray,
be.
I just
And
wanna say-
Audrey's been there too.
I
You
just
know.
want to say that when I came, and I'll be coming this year, but when I came, I was so touched by how welcome I was by everyone, and especially you, but by all the other guys too. I mean, nobody was poo-pooing me that, you know, I'm going to try and fly this Sakura pink drone, right? You know, so
Yeah. Well, I tell you, you know, I was so glad that you did come to the South Florida drone meetup. Um, but
Yep.
more importantly, I was glad that you flew a drone at the South Florida drone meetup.
I promise you,
You know,
you
because
told me
I don't know,
had
I don't know. I know you had said prior to the meetup that Bob had bought you a Mini 2 and he taught you how to fly it,
yeah.
you know. But sometimes people, when they come to an event like that, they get cold feet, you know, but you didn't.
And
You know,
No,
you
I,
said,
no.
I suppose I could say this. I'm kind of ballsy, so you know, not too much scares me, you know. So
Yeah.
well, I
No,
was
she had
glad to
flown
see
it.
that.
Yeah.
And like I said, I have it queued up. So I want to
Okay.
show a little of that right now, if
Sure,
you don't
sure,
mind,
sure.
you know.
Oh, let's see it. I'd like to see what you got.
Because that was a highlight of that meetup that year,
oh,
Audrey.
come on.
No, really. I'm telling you.
Well, you know, I
And
wasn't
maybe you can narrate over it if you want.
sure because the wind was going, so I asked someone,
We got one of our
Ron Brown.
Ron Brown, and he said, "Yeah, it's okay," and I just took off. So.
She's flying the Mini 2, I think. So let's check out our flight. Audrey took off and let the drone establish its home point, and then I interviewed her. So Audrey, what do you think? You like that drone?
I think this is so much fun, and I love my wrap that my husband did for me because I can see it in the blue sky. It just shines.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm impressed. You're flying the Mini 2.
I'm flying the Mini.
Very good. Okay. Up and out of here.
This was so cool, Audrey, really.
Yeah. Yeah. She just flew right over the water immediately. She
I know.
never flew over water before
Wow,
that.
look at that.
Okay.
Mini 2, man, handling this wind like nothing.
Yeah.
You did a
She
great
flew in
job,
our
Audrey,
neighborhood.
really.
Wow, Audrey, you're doing great.
And as you can see her hair, the wind was really blowing, and there was a lot of guys there that weren't putting their drones up because they were afraid of the wind. But she just did it.
I trusted Ron Brown, you know. He said, "Go ahead." And I said,
What's
"Okay."
that pelican?
Yeah. Then you almost got hit with a
Wow,
pelican.
very
The
good.
pelican almost hit the drone.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you did great, really.
Don't forget to press record on your camera.
Yep.
I don't know if you shoot video. Yep. You want to record this flight? Go up a little higher. I would. All right, good.
I like to fly high when I'm flying
Yeah.
over water.
Wow, look at that.
But anyway,
Nice.
Audrey,
Nice
this was
flight.
such a
Nice
great
flight,
flight,
Audrey.
really. And I give you so
Hey,
much
Bob!
credit,
Hey,
really.
Bob, your wife is flying.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Come on.
That's my girlfriend.
Tell me about Audrey
She
flying.
and her husband came to the meetup with us as well, and they've actually relocated to Panama.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. They sold everything in Florida and they moved to Panama about 8 months ago, 9 months ago.
And doing just
Yeah.
phenomenal. She's
I miss her.
taken off and landed every time she's done it so far.
All by
All by herself.
Way to go. Way to go, Audrey.
That's a great video, really.
Thank you. Yeah, your encouragement really made it all the better, Ray. So
Yeah. So, have you been flying much lately?
Not lately.
Joe Fodolio. Hey,
Hey,
Drone
Joe, how
Views
you doing?
Media. Alan. Hi, Alan.
John K. too. How you doing,
Yes,
John?
John K. Yeah, Tar Heels. Yay.
I will be flying at the meetup, though.
Oh,
Both
okay.
ours and yours.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Audrey, you also have some news to share with us about a cruise that you have organized prior to the South Florida Drone Meetup. You want to tell everybody about the cruise?
I would love to. And I purposely picked this cruise to align with the time schedule of the meetup so that we could enjoy that and then enjoy the meetup at the same time. And so it's on one of my favorite lines now. And I think just to give you a taste, we created a video.
Oh, I got the website up first.
You got the website up first? Okay, well, show that first then.
Okay.
So it's a 10-night cruise on Virgin. And Virgin is adult only. And they include everything. The only thing you pay for is a bar tab, which is your drinks, and any kind of excursion you want. But they include absolutely everything else, your Wi-Fi, and the food. Oh my God, the food was incredible when we went in February, because I have to make sure that what I'm telling people is really true. So I had to go and experience it. But we had the best time, and I have to tell you, one of our favorite shows when we were on board was the drag queen show.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And as soon as that was over, we went straight to Lick Me Till I Scream. That's the ice cream parlor.
That's one of my favorites on a cruise.
Yes.
But when you take off, when you leave port, they're up on pool deck pouring champagne for everyone. It just, everybody you have to be at least 18 to go on board, but I want to say from 20 to 90, because there was a 90-year-old guy there. Everyone is so friendly and such a diverse group of people. It was really, truly, that made it even more enjoyable. And so this is the itinerary that you're looking at of where we're going.
Yeah.
And for anyone,
can we read off those islands? Where's
Sure.
the first stop? Tortola?
Tortola. Yes.
So we start out of San Juan. And by the way, we have a friend who lives in San Juan that's going to take us to some great places to fly.
Yeah, you made arrangements, correct?
I made arrangements, and so you can see. I don't have my glasses on, so
what's that?
To tell them the ports we're going to.
Yeah, right there. It's on the screen.
I know,
there.
but he's asking us to say it, so I can read it over there.
Oh, okay.
So from San Juan, we go
right
to
here. Tortola,
and then to St. Kitts,
St. John's,
Antigua.
Then we have a day at sea.
Yeah. Oh, you're reading that.
Right.
Okay.
And then Brassetere. Where is that? Is that in Antigua?
I think that's
Antigua. That's what's on it. Yep.
Yeah. And then to Martinique.
Yeah, Martinique. Yeah.
Yes. And then.
And you think the people will be able to fly in all of these ports? You think?
Okay. So this was the hot news of the day. I've been talking with this cruise line for a while now about being able to bring drones, which they absolutely ban. You cannot bring a drone on
currently,
board.
they confiscate a drone if you tried to bring it aboard.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, they have agreed to allow on this sailing a certain number of drones, and I made it a maximum of 20. So, even for us, that means 2 for him and 1 for me. So that's 3. But that's enough for a decent number of people. And we'll be able to check them in when we board. And then when we're in port and we're going to fly, we'll check them back out
Right.
and then check them back in. And this is going to be like a test case for the cruise. So if you know, and I know that everybody that is coming to South Florida that would want to come on this cruise are respectful drone flyers that will show them that, you know, we aren't carnival people that, you know, do what they're not supposed to do.
We're not going to fly it
right?
on the cruise ship or
So-
around the
or anywhere near the ship.
near
So-
the cruise ship. We're gonna find a cab driver that's gonna take us far away from the port.
yeah.
Gotta
And
find a
find
secret
beautiful
location.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I call these all the cool islands in the Caribbean. And
Yeah.
obviously by March we won't have to worry about any hurricanes. So
No hurricanes. No.
yeah, and another thing that they do is they allow you to bring a bottle of wine each. You know, so for each cabin you can bring 2 bottles of wine with you. Most cruise lines don't let you do that. So anyway, it's a very fun cruise line with great entertainment and incredible food. There's even a red hammock on the balcony, and those things are comfortable.
Every balcony has a hammock.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's different too. Yeah.
Yeah. So and the pricing that you're seeing is for the cabin, not per person. So
I didn't show the prices
you didn't
yet.
show it yet. So
here's the prices.
Okay.
You don't want to scare anybody, but this is
yeah, it has gone up a bit since we first started this, but understanding that all your taxes and fees and gratuities and Wi-Fi and food and, you know, everything is included in there. So, you know, if you would do
and that's for the cabin for 2 people.
apples to apples, you would see that it's a pretty reasonable amount of money. So
Very cool.
10 days.
yeah. So just to get you excited, and we'll put the link in the chat because what we had, Bob made a bit.ly that was a shorter link, but it wasn't working. So we had to use the main link. And of course, you know, we're happy to send it out to anybody who wants, you know, just get in touch with Bob and we'll send you the link. But I wanted to put together a little video that would give you kind of the atmosphere. That I would tell you there's 2 things that they do on every sailing. The sail away night is a pajama party, and that's where the 90-year-old comes in because he was in white silk pajamas. It was pretty fun.
Oh, really?
Yes, and then the other thing they do is a scarlet night, and absolutely everyone on board is in red. Different kinds of red, but lots of red and sequins and fun. And I even had a red wig on. I should have had that picture pulled up too, but I didn't. And so you start, and it's like all over the ship. You know, everywhere they're doing some different activity on Scarlet Night. And then everybody ends up at the pool. And there were a lot of people ended up in the pool. So, you know, and then they went to the after party. I mean, so it's the kind of ship where you can party as hardy as you want, or you can chill, you know, and nobody has any issue with either way you want to go. And if there's any poker players out there, they are the only cruise line that has a dedicated poker room, and they do a tournament during the cruise. And my friend joined the tournament when he was there, and he won $1,000. So that's
good. Yeah, that's great, actually.
Yeah, it
looks like a good time.
Yeah. So
really.
Okay.
Play the video.
Let me run this video.
It's only,
all right.
But it just gives you a flavor of why I'm so excited about this particular line. So,
You do. You sound very excited.
I love good food. I don't waste calories on bad food.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see.
There you go. Let's see. I got the volume up. I think so. Okay. Ready to roll. Here we go.
Okay. Very, very nice. Very nice. Cool. All right, there's the number, everybody. If you want it, copy it down. Very good. Very nice. Very nice.
So the
All right.
Bitly wasn't working, so don't use that.
I'm going to try. I'm going to fix it when
anyway. But I think that gives you kind of a taste of what you're in for, and you know, because it's adult only, it's a little cheeky, and that makes it fun too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Hey, Warren's in the chat watching. How
Hey,
you doing, Warren?
Hope you're feeling better.
Yep.
Yes, Warren. Glad to see you, which we have never seen you, but glad to see you're here. All right. I've been trying to get Warren on the show, on my show, for maybe more than a year.
Well, Warren, you just have to take that challenge, you know.
Well, anyway, we've been praying for you, Warren.
Yep.
Glad you're in here. Thank you for coming in. But anyway, listen, you know, I got a little format on the show, and I just want to give the tip of the week before we start talking about the Vegas drone meetup. And this week's tip, nothing real sophisticated. Just if you're flying with other pilots, coordinate your altitude and distances when you're flying. It avoids the mid-air collisions, obviously. And I know when we do it, our little group, whether I get together in Florida or I get together here in New York, we do that, and it's a good thing. Do you have it, Bob? Do you or Audrey? Do you have a tip for the viewers?
My only tip at this moment is don't forget to hit the record button.
Right, exactly.
That's happened to all of us.
That's a good tip because everybody's made that mistake.
Oh yes, and I have to tell you, you know, probably one of the tips, you know, like what you said, you know, we say, okay, I'm going to go to, you know, 80 feet. You're going to go to 100 feet. You're going to go to, you know, 150 feet or whatever, so that we're out of each other's way. I really like that tip. But one thing I want to tell everybody, which I think you should know by now if you're flying drones, is before I take off, I take another moment to look around and look up. You know, I want to know where the wires are. I want to know where, you know, anything that where the street lights are or anything else that I might hit. You know, I mean, I've of course I've hit wires, I've hit trees, you know, we've all, you know, if you've been doing this for a while, I'm sure that's happened. I hit a tree right down the street from my house here. I had no idea I was anywhere near it and backed right into it. And I went to find the drone and I looked through the tree. I looked all over the place. I could never find the drone. So I'm walking back and the drone is sitting on the sidewalk about, maybe 50 feet from where I thought I crashed. And it's just sitting on the sidewalk. I mean, it's like, how did
that's a good tip, Bob, to look around.
Look around. Yeah.
That is a very important tip too, you know.
I like that return to home.
Yeah, I know. That works good too. Most of the time.
I learned a lesson with return to home. You've got to be more than like 60 feet, whatever that is, 20 meters away, or else it'll just land where it is. I had that happen. I hit return to home, and it started landing.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
I wasn't. It has to be more than 20 meters from you, about 60 feet away from the home point.
Or else, Bill Grace is watching. He's in the chat. How you doing?
All right, Bill. I haven't heard if you're coming. I'm hoping and praying that you are going to be here in Las Vegas. So we'll talk later, and we'll get through all that. Yes, Bill.
We even got John Flynn watching. I think he's still in
Ah,
Punta Cana. Can you imagine? How you doing, John?
oh,
Looked
I
like you
know.
were having a good time.
I saw a picture that wasn't from Michigan. You know.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to have a special birthday too.
Yeah.
that's what I've
Oh, that's
heard. Yeah, somebody's birthday, right?
Oh, I thought he was coming.
I haven't heard.
Oh no.
I haven't got a definite from Bill Grace yet. Okay. Well,
But
we're
anyway,
hoping that's
Bob,
happening.
maybe
Yes.
now you could tell everybody a little bit, or as much as you want, about the Vegas drone meetup.
Well, we inspired by Captain Ray. I have to tell you, probably more than 10 times over the past 3 years
Good night,
at the
Warren.
South Florida Drone Meetup, Captain Ray said to me, "You got to do a Vegas drone meetup," and I was like, "Okay, Ray, okay." So anyway, as it turned out, the Kelly Shores and Chris Waters there, they put on the spin up, and they decided not to do it right after they did it this past year. And we made some decisions and decided that we would take that time slot because that late August, early November is just a beautiful, beautiful time in Las Vegas. You wouldn't want to come
It's cooled
here.
down, right? It's cooled down. It's
Yes.
still
Yeah.
got hot weather out there, right?
Oh, yeah.
November is going to be perfect.
You wouldn't want to be here in July or August. I mean,
You couldn't fly.
the drone doesn't do well in 110 degrees. And
Neither do we.
so anyway, we decided to do it the first week of November, and then we looked at what else was happening in that first week of November, and there was this little election thing going on,
And my wedding anniversary.
and your wedding anniversary. So anyway, we decided to make sure it was after that. So, we know nothing's going to be decided in probably until January, but that's okay. So the weekend after the election, there, November 8, 9, and 10, we're going to have this drone meetup. On November 11th, which is Veterans Day.
Right.
A lot of people are staying for Veterans Day because obviously it's a day off, and a lot of people have the time off there, and so anyway, so we found a hotel here,
A resort.
a resort. It's more than a hotel. Obviously, it's a full functioning resort with over 20 restaurants inside of the building. Full bowling alley.
It looks beautiful. It really does.
It is.
About a 10-15 screen movie theater is in the building, an arcade, a food court,
A casino.
a whole casino, of course. A gorgeous, just a gorgeous spot.
And a
which
beautiful spa as well.
This place is a mile and 3/10 from my door to this place. Okay, it's right down the street from us.
Nice.
And we were able to negotiate with them, and I have to tell you, yes, we got it down to where it was like $85 more than the Hampton Inn in South Florida, okay, in Stuart, Florida. And so that amount it's $220 something or another in a room, and right
It's
now.
only Friday and Saturday. It's less on.
It's less on Thursday and Monday,
Sunday and Monday. Yeah.
all that.
Yeah, that's
But
what they do.
The right now those rooms are selling for almost $400 a night, and we still have that rate for about another week.
Okay, I was going to say, there's a cutoff date.
Yep.
Yes, about a
17th.
week from today. Okay, is the
17th
cutoff
last
date.
day.
So if you haven't done anything about it, go to the website. I guess I can put the website up here,
Yeah, definitely.
And I double checked too, by the way. The main pool is already closed, but there is a pool that will be open.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. It's right by the pool, but it's just around the other side.
Yeah. So
the grounds are beautiful too. So
yeah, we're just really happy that this is all working out here.
All right, let me bring this up right now.
So that's kind of about the shot, almost the shot you would get. This is Vegas Wetlands, is the image behind this this little rotating image that we've got going on here. But in the Wetlands Park, there's multiple ways of flying that legally, and I got a few scenes here from Red Rocks and Calico Basin and some of the other areas that are out there. Here's the discounted room rate and resort fee is right here for the Green Valley Ranch resort there. And, there's a picture of the casino and the bedrooms there and the gorgeous grounds where it's at and everything. And like I say, just $85 more than Stuart, Florida, Hampton Inn.
And on the link, you'll find that if you want to upgrade to, something more extravagant, that is also available at a discounted rate as well.
So Bob, you went by the registration there.
Yes.
You want to tell people about that registration?
Sure. I'm going to leave this up for a few hours. Okay. Our thing was right here. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe I can I zoom on that? No, I don't think so. Maybe. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, there's better view. It says after October 8th, it's going up to $69.95. Okay, that was because we needed to tell the hotel a number for how many people are going to eat breakfast with us.
Right.
And we need to get a room big enough for that and everything. So that's kind of one of the reasons why we got that. So there's a Friday night welcome party that's going to be hosted by Dre Crawford. He is buying the first or second round, depends on how many people show up here for that party. But he's buying the first rounds of drinks there. We're cutting a deal with, it's called the Parkway Tavern, and it's right next to the hotel. You can easily walk from the hotel to the Parkway Tavern. So it's a great place, a lot of pool table, and reminds me a lot of the Sticks.
The meet and greet is a great night. It really is.
Great night. Everybody gets together and just has a great time, laughing and talking with each other.
And they have an outside area too that'll be open for us as well.
Little space.
And we will have some hors d'oeuvres as well.
Yes, yeah. So there'll be a variety of stuff happening there. And then on Saturday morning we have this breakfast brunch here, and a meeting during that time during the day. DJI is part of their sponsorship. And I know I was on Gary's show earlier and I explained how that happened, how I was able to, communicate with DJI themselves.
That's great that you got a DJI sponsorship. That's a big thing.
And I'm going to talk to DJI about sponsoring South Florida too. It's an equally valuable place to be sponsoring. So, we're going to hopefully make that happen too. But anyway, they agreed to bring over $5,000 in DJI equipment to give away.
Hey, Bob Casey's in the chat.
Hey, Bob Casey. Yes, my hero. I know how to talk to a restaurant manager.
Yeah, that's. No, I do.
No.
Oh, is this something else?
Yes. Anyway, okay, and then so we're going to then leave the hotel or the resort, and about 15-minute drive from there is a park called Cornerstone Park. And it's really interesting, I have to tell you. It is a huge lake in the middle of this park, and 2 huge pavilions. I mean, not just pavilions, but I mean, these are huge pavilions. Each pavilion can probably cover 100 people, but we got both pavilions are reserved for us. You can fly drones there.
Great.
We have the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department are bringing their drone crew to the park and flying and doing demonstrations of what they do.
Very nice.
The Red Rock Search and Rescue crew, if you are lost in the desert here or lost in the mountains and you call in, they send out the Red Rock Search and Rescue crew, and they come and help find you. And they're going to do a demonstration of finding a dummy body, kind of thing.
Okay.
And they're going to do that. They're setting up a control center and everything else that they're going to show there. We also, at the park, we're going to set up a drone soccer match. So
Drone soccer. Okay.
So it sets up like a big screened in deal that's about,
like a bubble,
like a big thing. You can have 5 on each team, and so everybody's going to get to participate and fly these drones. And these drones in drone soccer are inside a round plastic ball. They actually made it kind of look like a soccer ball.
Right.
There's a little drone inside of there, and each period is about 3 minutes long. And then there's a big ring on each side of the field there, and you fly the drone through the ring, and that's how you score a goal. And
Cool.
The other team, the defense, is trying to knock that drone out from flying through that hole, through that.
So they actually bump into each other?
They can bump into each other and back and forth. And they fly, mode 2, just like a normal drone would fly. And they're pretty stable. I got to fly one at CES this year. In fact, I ran into Audrey Nastasio from Flight Path at the booth where the drone soccer was going on. And so they're coming and bringing a whole setup. He's bringing more than a dozen drones to fly in the drone soccer event. So cool. Anyway, and then, we're all going to be able to fly there, and we're going to stay until sundown, which happens about 4:45 p.m. here, because the time is going to change the Sunday before the meetup here.
Right.
And so then the evening happens, and then
be able to get some sunset pictures.
We'll all be able to do sunset, and I think we're going to really enjoy that. And then we're on Sunday. We're going to, at some place or another, hopefully we're going to do the Marine Corps birthday. Sunday, November 10th is the Marine Corps birthday. And the typical way you celebrate that is you have a birthday cake, and the youngest Marine present gets one piece, and the oldest Marine present gets the second piece of cake before we cut it up for everybody. And then we're going to create these adventures on Sunday. And an adventure is there. We'll probably have at least about 10 adventures where you can go on your own, or you can go with one of our local drone flyers, and we'll have a sheet to tell you where to go and where the bathrooms are and where a place to eat is and all of those kinds of things.
Is Lime Kill Canyon on that? Is
That's a distance, but yeah, it could be. I mean,
I
that
think
could
we should include that.
that could be. It's
only
it's
an
a
hour.
Can I show a little of that video?
yes, please do.
As a tease type of
I would
thing?
love it. Let me
Yeah.
stop my screen here.
I figured
Okay.
that might be on
let me just
the
give you a quick plug while you're pulling that up that he is changing the price tonight. So get online today.
If
and
you're coming,
sign up.
and
move
if
fast. Okay?
if you want, Bob, you can narrate over it.
It's Bob again.
I will.
Lime Kiln Canyon. And
Looks like a great place to fly.
Oh, it is.
And Brian,
This is called
and we're out here to fly this
the Little
drone,
Grand
and,
Canyon.
Hank has a drone,
And
we're flying,
because
and we're having
rock
just a wonderful
climbers,
time.
people who
This is going to
climb
be
rocks,
just a spectacular
you know,
video.
climb up the face of a rock, they can do that here where you can't do that in the
Now
Grand
watch
Canyon.
this. You'll see
And
the
technically, this is
magnificent
actually in
background that I'm
Arizona.
looking at
It's
here.
right over the Nevada border. And
Okay.
I want to pause for a minute so you can hear the music.
This is cool. It really is. Look at the view. See, now I've never flown in an area like this.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Look at that.
Hang on, if you can keep it going for a little bit. My
Tell him where the music came
a
from.
friend of mine there was a Broadway music director. He conducted and composed music for Broadway shows and for a variety of wonderful things. He's very well known in the Broadway music circle, and he came to Las Vegas, and me and him got to be friends, and we did a variety of projects together. Then he moved to Rome, Italy,
What's the-
and we went and visited him 2 years ago. And then
This is such a cool place to fly.
we did this video, and I sent this video to him. And
Like I said, this is just a tease. Get people excited. But if you
Yes.
want to watch the rest of that, go to Bob's channel. And by the
Yes.
way, if you're not subscribed to Old Farts with Drones, do it. Do it now. And hopefully we'll get you a couple more subscribers. Bob.
I hope so. Let me finish that sentence.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't
My
mean to cut
friend
you off.
Wayne, Wayne Green was his name. He composed the music for that video. That was all an original composition. He composed it, played it, recorded it for me for that particular video. And a few months after that, unfortunately, Wayne passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
So that's really a cherished video now because of that.
Sure.
You know, and we have, we've had a great time showing people that video.
He was a really special and talented human being, and we're so glad we got to spend 5 days with them before. You know, and I almost didn't make the trip because I had colon cancer and I had to go have surgery. But it all worked out, and we were able to spend that time and still go on my 70th birthday cruise. So now I'm telling you how old I am because it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, there you go.
But so it made that whole thing even more special because we had that time with him.
Yeah,
we have multiple places just like that where you can fly your drones here. I know if you watch my channel or you watch Tom Dowling's channel, Lens Capture Online, you can see a lot of what's around here. Yes, in the middle of the city, you can't fly drones. Okay. No. All right. I mean, you can.
You need a special permit if you want to fly there, right?
Vic Moss, last time he was here, got to fly the Bellagio fountains. Yeah. And I mean, you have to get a film permit from the county. You have to coordinate with the police department. You have to get a Lance, of course. You probably have to get a fly zone waiver. You have to apply for a waiver.
There's so many other beautiful places to fly,
yes.
And
But
that Red Rock Canyon is definitely on my list, even if I got to make a private trip out there. Wow.
that's anytime, Ray. We'll take you there. It's
But listen, the time flies. An hour just goes by so quick, really.
Well,
And I got to say,
much for having us on your show today, Ray.
You guys were great guests tonight. Really, the information was great. I know your meetup is going to be a total success. You got quite a few people signed up already.
Yep.
And I hope the cruise is a success also, Audrey.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we have some other people already going, but being able to make the arrangements to bring drones with us just opened it up, for people who are listening to be able to come and enjoy. Yeah, you don't.
Hey, we got Uncle Bill in the chat just to let everybody know, and glad you survived that tornado and
yes,
the
Bill.
hurricane, Bill.
We were praying for you.
Thanks for popping in.
Yes, we knew that where it was hitting wasn't exactly where you were, but I hear there was the tornado that touched down in St. Lucie.
Yeah, and a couple of people lost their lives. Yeah. A community there, called Spanish Lakes. But anyway, on a brighter note, I almost forgot to do the monthly giveaway contest. Before we sign off, it's a very sophisticated contest. It's just it's for a $10 Amazon gift card too. Just put in your lucky number. You guys are eligible. You don't know the lucky number, so put your lucky number in between 1 and 25, and I'll keep an eye out for it.
I'll put my number in.
I'll keep an eye out for it. Nope, nobody's got it yet. But look at Jay Bird putting in 20 numbers, one at a time, Joe.
I think you should put 7 in for Vegas.
Oh man, few people are close. Yep, up. Somebody got it. I see it. Somebody got it, and then nobody got it before Jody. He got it first, number 21. So there it is, Jody. Your name will go in the hat.
Yay, Jody.
All right. Very good.
Yeah.
It's just another way to have a little fun on the live stream, So, but anyway, Bob and Audrey, thank you again for being on. Thank you, the viewers, for watching the show tonight. I really appreciate it. But if you have some final closing thoughts, just say them now, Bob.
Well, I have to, more than anything else, I want to give my appreciation to everybody out there. I mean, I started Old Farts with Drones with no intention of creating another drone community out there. And Old Farts with Drones has really turned into being just the most rewarding part of my life. And I'm just thrilled that everybody is so accommodating. And, my goal is to have the most respectful group on Facebook and the most peaceful group on Facebook. And so far, we're doing a pretty good job of making that happen.
That's why you have rules, Bob.
Yeah, I appreciate it so much. And I just want to thank the community. We'd love to see you in Las Vegas. We'd love to see you on the cruise. But more importantly, I love seeing your videos and showing us what you're doing with drones on Old Farts with Drones.
And I just want to say, I'm really proud of him. I'm really proud of what he's accomplished. From the day he said, honey, I'm going to start my own Facebook page. And I went, go for it, babe.
and I remember coming across it and saying, Old Farts with Drones. And I started laughing.
That's what everybody does, the minute we tell them. So.
That's the idea.
But it's so great. So,
yes.
But thank you again, guys, for being on, and have a good night. And everybody in the chat, have a good night. Get out there. fly for fun, but most importantly, fly safely. And we'll see you again next week, same time, same place.